Alrighty, we're here with the Blu-rays 1 year later. I have sold some off. I have, of course, added some. So let's see what I got. Let's get to it. Now, before we begin, there's some that I have up here that people would consider horror. I consider those thrillers now that I've seen them all. So if you don't see any there, you know they're thrillers and I put them up there. Cool? Alright. Alrighty, let me just remove my pops. Alright, so if you're new here, the reason why these Blu-rays are in the middle, I'm sorry for any glare, are in the middle of my DVDs is because this shelf, I built it too short. It was originally supposed to be for pops, but I built it too short, so I figured, you know what, Blu-rays fit in there. So it might look weird, Blu-rays being in the middle of DVDs, but it is what it is for right now. So I built this shelf, and this shelf. So first up here, we have A Quiet Place Part 2. I do have Part 1 on DVD. I really did enjoy Part 2. Up next we have Antlers. This was a decent film, not the best but not the worst. I consider it horror, so I kept it in here. AVP, Alien vs. Predator. This is the double feature with the original Alien vs. Predator and the sequel, Requiem. I really enjoyed the first one. The second one was alright. So I'm just going to remove this. There we go. Now we have room. Alright, up next is Bait 3D, a killer shark in a grocery store. Can't go wrong with that. I loved it. And here comes the first steelbook, The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. I loved this movie. We got Black Phone. I saw this in theaters and I absolutely loved it. So I got this on a Black Friday deal for like 10 bucks. Pretty sweet deal. Candyman on 4K. I do have my 4Ks mixed in here just because I don't have many of them. But this is the remake or reboot, whatever you want to call it. Or sequel, I don't know. I loved it. Got this as a gift. Carrie original. Of course, you gotta have this. This is a classic staple to the horror community. Carrie remake. I actually loved it. I know a lot of people didn't for some reason, but I really liked it. Then we got Christine. This is the steelbook from Best Buy. I got it for like 10 bucks. It was a really good deal, so I'm glad to have that to the collection. The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. Pretty good film. I know a lot of people didn't like it again, but I'm the underdog in this one. I really liked it. Saw it in theaters. The Crazies remake. Fun fact, this is my first Blu-ray ever. Back when Blu-rays were first starting to come out, my dad got me the Crazies remake, so glad I have that. The Crow. Can't go wrong with The Crow. I know most people, do they consider this horror? I consider it horror, so can't wait for the sequel or remake that's coming out. I have to have the Chucky 7 film box set collection. Chucky's my favorite, so, you know, it's got literally all of them in there, except the remake, but that's fine. I have the remake on DVD. But yeah, I'm so happy to have this one. And here is the Shout Factory of the original, so I technically have like 4 copies of the original Child's Play. But that's okay, because I don't have many Shout Factory titles, and I like that this one is, it's one of my first ones. Curse of Chucky, not the best one in the franchise. Probably my least favorite, actually. Curse of La Llorona. I'm sorry if you can hear my bird. I actually really enjoyed this film. Again, I know a lot of people didn't. To each their own. Wait, why is The Conjuring 2? Oh my god, this is like not in the right order, dog. There we go. Conjuring 2. I consider this one of the best horror movies of all time. That's just me. There we go. Now we have 2 and 3 together. Up next, I have some boutiques. Arrow title of Crimson Peak. This one, Matt sent this to me, a subscriber. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would, so I'm very happy to have this. It's kind of like a old-timey horror, and I'm usually not a fan of old-timey. Donnie Darko, again an Arrow title. I enjoyed it for the most part. I don't know, I think the bunny's scarier than the movie, to be honest. The Fly, I guess this is considered the remake because I totally didn't know that there was a original up until like a few years ago. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. This is the one from David Cronenberg's. I really enjoyed The Fly. Firestarter, another one that Matt sent me. I really enjoyed this movie. It felt 3 hours long for some reason, like the scenes dragged on. I still enjoyed it. I have no intention in seeing the remake because I've heard dog garbage about it. My first steelbook ever, given to me by Kevin, Friday the 13th remake, the original. This is the Friday the 13th 8-movie collection. So it has nearly almost all of them except the remake, but that's fine. Alright, and then we have Friday the 13th remake, one of the best horror movies of all time, in my opinion. The most scary Jason of all. He's tall, he's huge, he runs, the kills are insane, so I like it. Ginger Snaps, I grew up watching this werewolf movie and it absolutely still holds up. I really enjoy Ginger Snaps. I haven't seen any of the sequels, so I should get on that. Gremlins Steelbook. This is actually the 4K. Who doesn't love Gremlins? Some people don't consider it horror, which I don't see why. Technically it is, but I love it. Oh Gremlin, oh Gizmo. Alright, Halloween, the Scream Factory. I absolutely love this cover. This is of course the original from John Carpenter's. Freaking love this movie. Yeah, it's slow. Yeah, it can be boring, but it's what started this iconic villain, so I really enjoyed Halloween. Halloween 2 Steelbook. Kevin got me these next two Steelbooks because they were the ones that I absolutely wanted for the longest time. So I just love how, you know, Michael's coming out of the fire. You got Laurie hiding back there. I love it. I love when they play it like with the scene in the movie. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, another steelbook. I just love, I love this steelbook so much, dude. It's just, there's so much going on. It opens up, shows like the whole scene of them bringing the masks to them. It's really good. I really love this movie. It's one of my favorites of all time. Halloween 6 Curse of Michael Myers. This is complete garbage. I hate this movie, but it's in my collection. Halloween 2018, a nice start of the little trilogy that's going on, so I love it. James Jude Courtney, I met him and he was absolutely a great guy. Halloween Kills, saw this in theaters, had to have it. He goes complete rampage in this movie, so yeah, it's kind of got like a little felt top. Yeah, one of the best in the franchise actually. I don't own Halloween Ends because that movie was really bad, but I have to own it because it's in my completionist in me, but I'm waiting for it to be like $2. Hellfest, a killer in a amusement park, so that's a nice twist to your casual horror movie. Here's a little double pack that Matt sent me. I have The Wrong Turn and The Hills Have Eyes. I do have Wrong Turn in as a DVD and VHS. Hills Have Eyes, I didn't have it, so I put it here. It's a good cannibal movie. Hills Have Eyes 2, another one that he sent me. I enjoyed this movie. If they cut out like the whole, maybe first hour of it, it was kind of stupid and unnecessary. It Chapter 2, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I was kind of late to the party with this one. I just saw it this year, a couple months ago. I have It Chapter 1 on DVD. It Hatched. This is when this one company sent me this and wanted me to open it up on camera. This movie kind of, it really does suck, but it's kind of like a demon baby, so I kept it. And I like the cover. Another steelbook that I got is Jaws. I love how the A is the shark. So yeah, that's the first shelf. I don't have much on the second shelf, so let's finish this baby up. Alright, so I moved my Pops. I kept little Pennywise there. He's not bothering anyone. So up next is the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. It's a remake, right? Yeah, the remake. I love the lenticular cover. I enjoyed it for what it is. The Nun. This movie was alright. I'm kind of tempted to see the second one. We'll never know. You never know how good it might be. The Omen collection. I just recently saw this because Matt sent this to me, and it has 1, 2, 3, and the 666, which is a remake technically. I think I'll stick to the first one. 1 Hour Photo. This is considered kind of a thriller, but I put it in here just because Robin Williams is so freaking creepy in this movie, and I'm very happy to own this. Orphan, a movie that no one really talks about. Great twist, great acting. Vera Farmiga, one of my favorites, is in this, and sign language, so I thought that was pretty cool. Orphan First Kill, the sequel to, but technically the prequel to Orphan. I enjoyed it. I like the blacklight photo in there. It's not the best, but I enjoyed it for what it was. Psycho Gorman. I love this slip. A kind of a comedy horror twist. Like this dude becomes friends with these kids, and that girl is absolutely annoying as hell in this movie. She knocked it out a few stars, so I didn't rate this 5 stars because of that. Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. This is another Arrow video that I got. A decent flick for what it is, an 80s cheese taking place in a mall, which I love. Predator. Everyone knows Predator. Awesome movie. Psycho Steelbook. Everyone knows Psycho. Awesome movie. Awesome steelbook with the blood dripping down from the Bates Motel. The Purge. The only Purge movie that I own and I intend to own just because, I don't know, they're all the same. They're all the same. I don't need to have them all. Ready or Not. I finally, saw this movie because Matt sent it to me. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. So I hear a lot of good things about this movie. I'm glad I finally checked it out, and I enjoyed it. Cool Final Girl. My last Arrow video, Reanimator. Love this 80s cheese movie. It has a lot of unnecessary scenes. If you know, you know, like the naked girl and he's like licking her boob, whatever. But other than that, it's great. The Return of the Living Dead, Scream Factory release. This is one of my favorite movies, favorite zombie movies, favorite soundtrack. It's just got it all in one package. Love Return of the Living Dead. Even the second one I love, but I don't own it yet. Scream 2 Steelbook. Kevin got this for me as a anniversary present. I really love this movie. At least the first part, like the movie theater part. I love the opening. Scream 5. Saw this in theaters, loved it. I love 6 more, but 5 is just as good. They did him dirty! They did him dirty. Saw on 4K with a nice slip. I love Saw. Don't really care for the rest of the series, but at least the first one is the best one. Sharknado, the complete collection. This is such trashy, funny, cheesy goodness. I love all these movies. By the way, I have a rule that if no movie belongs on my collection shelf if I haven't seen it. So all these movies I have seen. So yeah, Sharknado, love it. Shivers, one of the best covers I've ever seen. I love it. I don't have the lenticular version, but ugh, I love this cover. The movie, not so much. But the cover makes up for it. God, that bird drives me nuts. Sleepaway Camp, everyone knows this movie by now. Great twist at the end, great acting, great atmosphere taking place in a camp. The Slumber Party Massacre, nice cheesy 80s movie. The Stepfather, this is the remake from 2009, I believe, with the guy from You, Amber Heard. Yeah, I really love this movie so much. I used to watch it over and over and over. Steelbook of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Everyone knows this movie is literally like one of the first slashers out there. 13 Ghosts. This is my favorite cover. Gosh, you can just see all of them in there. And all of their uniqueness. Love this movie. You can see the VHS I have right there. But this one is just beautiful. They Live. I don't know. This movie can be a thriller or a horror, but I think of it as a thriller horror, so I just added it in here. Why not? I love these guys. I have the pop right here. Train to Busan, the steelbook that I've wanted for the longest time. Kevin got it for me. Yeah, just the way he's blocking him from the book. Like, this is a scene from a movie, so I like when that happens, when they do that. Truth or Dare. I don't necessarily need it on Blu-ray, but it was cheap for like $2, so why not? Victor Crowley, great slasher movie. Very funny too. I don't care for the rest of the Hatchet movies. This one I had to own. World War Z, one of my favorite zombie movies of all time, and I know a lot of people hate him. I don't know why they hate this movie so much. Fast zombies coming at you, climbing planes, making towers and clanging up, and oh my god, great. Even the soundtrack. Wrong Turn 5, I don't remember much of that movie. I don't know if that says anything. And last but not least, Zombieland Double Tap. I prefer this more than the original, so I thought it was funnier, clever. The chick, Madison, with the pink fur coat, absolutely stole the show in this movie. I love it. She's funny. Alright, so that is it for my Blu-rays. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stick around and subscribe because I still have all of this DVDs and TV shows to do. So yeah, stick around and I'll get to that soon. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!